But you won't know that unless you get your box back out. 1987, Joe and I were deeply in debt. We had 2 children under the age of 2. We both worked full-time jobs, and every Sunday night I would cry because the struggle of just trying to survive would start all over again Monday morning. My dad talked to me about the Mary Kay opportunity again, and my first thought was I couldn't put one more thing on my plate. But he showed me, Julie, that if hundreds of women are living the life that most people could only dream about, and they created it in and through Mary Kay, then you can too. Because everyone, you guys, is given the same puzzle box. It's called a starter kit. Everybody's given the same pieces, the same directions. You just have to figure out how to put your pieces together. I realized that if I wanted something to change in my life, that I had to make changes in me. Because fruit on the outside begins with growth on the inside. So with renewed determination, I picked up my puzzle box again, and I began to study the big picture more closely. Upon closer examination, I noticed that the beautiful lifestyles that I saw, I noticed that I had pieces, just a few, that resembled theirs. They were so small and seemed so insignificant compared to theirs, but they did have similar qualities. So I thought maybe if I took my booking and selling piece and then fitted it with the piece of seeking to be a blessing to others, it might lead to something bigger. And if I took the sharing piece and fitted it together with my passion for showing other women how they could afford to stay at home with their kids too, just maybe I could create something beautiful out of my pieces in my box. So I began disciplining myself to work my business. I committed to being a good student, practicing scripts, holding appointments, sharing the product and the opportunity with others. And 4 months later, while still working a full-time job, still being a full-time mom to 2 kids under the age of 2, I earned the use of my first free career car, matched my full-time income, and debuted as an independent sales director 3 months after that. Now I was really encouraged. My puzzle was starting to look like something on the front of the box. But since I was now at home with my girls, and that was my why, I kind of lost my passion for working my puzzle. And for 4 years, I went back to seminar with less production than I had the year before. Oh, I didn't quit. You know, I had too much invested for that, but I didn't work my puzzle either. I'd do a piece here, a piece there, never really amounted to much, except working not to lose my directorship, not to lose my car. I wasn't working to win, and you guys, there's a big difference. You ever gotten halfway through a puzzle? Sits on your dining room table, everybody who passes it says, "Aren't you through with that thing yet? Why don't you just put it away? Why don't you quit? It's obviously too hard." And then, you know, they'll pick up a puzzle piece and try it themselves. They can't find one either, so they say it's too hard. Because it's one thing to start a puzzle or a journey to go after your dreams. Many do because it's always exciting in the beginning. It's when you get midway through that you can start to get distracted and wander away from your passion and purpose, especially if you've reached some success and you haven't found a new why or passion yet. Our pastor explained the journey from Egypt to the Promised Land was about 175 miles. Think of Louisville to Nashville. Or of traveling by foot, like Moses and the children of Israel, about a week and a half. Yet it took them 40 years of wandering around in the desert to get there. Why? Because God is more interested in who you are becoming than where you are going. It's called the journey. But if you're anything like me, you're not really excited about the journey. You just want to get to the destination. And the longer it takes you to arrive at your next destination, the more doubt that can set in. So you wander. Wandering is the dangerous place between where you are and where you want to be. So just like God, He allowed me to get a new passion, a new why, and a new sense of urgency. I became pregnant with our 3rd child, and a month into my pregnancy, Joe was handed a pink slip. Suddenly, Mary Kay went from being the backup plan to the only plan. We prayed about it. We both felt God urging us to make Mary Kay our only plan. So we made a role reversal at the age of 27 and 28. And in 6 months, after 4 years of being a unit struggling at 50, we went from 50 to 150. After 4 years of no unit club, we went from no unit club to a $500,000 unit club. Why? Well, it wasn't because my people were different. It was because I was different. I worked with a vision, a passion, and I had a clear why. So what is your why? Is it clear? Or are you still wandering? Sometimes when I've been working a puzzle and things seem to be going along nicely according to plan, I will run across a piece that doesn't seem to fit anywhere. Ever had one of those pieces? I'm sure that this piece must have come from another person's puzzle, because it is not part of mine. It is dark, it's jagged, it's scary looking. Maybe it looks like a team member who quit, returns her product, and then blames you for her lack of success. Maybe you miss a goal, lose your car or directorship. Maybe you even have a tragedy in life where you lose a loved one and it rocks your world. And there you are, left holding the pieces of your dream, wondering, could this ever fit together to make something beautiful? Those are the burdens of life, and they can become your greatest platform to reach others. If you never had a dark time in your life, no one could relate to you. If you ever look at a painting, it's the dark strokes that bring life to and illuminate the light in the masterpiece. We live in a broken world, you guys, and God doesn't cause bad things to happen, but He allows them. He always allows them for your good and for His glory. So what has been burdening your heart? Could it be your platform to help others in a similar situation? For example, make your burden of not being able to stay at home with your children into a platform to help other mothers afford to stay at home with their kids. Could you help other women build the confidence and independence to walk away from an abusive relationship? Could you help families become debt-free? You see, if you are willing to work through those tough times, learn the lesson, and come out on the other side to victory, then that very same burden and tragedy that you once thought you couldn't make sense of, or you didn't think you could make it through, that is your platform to help others. Because God never wastes a piece of your journey. You will watch astounded as He turns your burdens into blessings and your tragedies into your greatest triumphs. There are other times in your journey that you've worked as hard as you can, as fast as you possibly can, doing everything you know, and yet you will pick up endless pieces of the same color, white. No markings, no significance. You think, how many more of these pieces are there? What purpose could this possibly serve in the big picture? I'm tired of being where I am. I want to move up to something more exciting. It's called being in a rut or getting stuck. Ever felt like that? When you get to a point of complaining about where we aren't, I can't believe I am not a director yet. If my team would just get their act together and work a little more. I am so sick of being in a red jacket. If people would just quit flaking out on me. We are missing the point. God believes our attitude on the journey is the point. Sometimes we are delayed not because of a technical issue, but a heart issue. Now I will be the first to admit that I don't like to wait. A yellow light to most people means slow down, it's about to turn red, prepare to stop. To me, it means gun it because you're about to be late and I do not want to sit this light. God is not moved by my tantrums, my timing, or my tears. It's like the mom who was taking her little boy to Disney World. As they sat on the plane to Orlando, the mom sat in the aisle seat, the little boy in the middle seat, and some poor unsuspecting soul sat in the window seat. No matter how much the mom tried to tell her son of all the exciting adventures that await them, all of the fun they would have in the Magic Kingdom, all he did was throw a fit about not being in the window seat. You are an independent beauty consultant who gets to change lives. You're building a strong customer base of women who love our product, who love your personalized service. You're building a team of women who are growing in confidence, skill, and taking charge of their lives. And soon, by you continuing to keep putting the pieces of booking, coaching, selling, and team building together with the attitude of enriching women's lives, you will experience the Magic Kingdom. But you might be delayed if you're still throwing a fit about not being in the window seat. You see, God is more concerned about you having the heart of a leader than just the technique and skills of one. It says in 1 Corinthians 8:12 that the heart regulates the hands, and the heart part is the most painful part, because to whom as much is given, much is required. I wish I were standing up here talking to you as a national sales director. It's hard working for the same goal year after year and watching your friends arrive when you've still not landed. But if you focus so much on the view that you don't have, you miss the amazing view that you do have. I leave Monday morning to celebrate 29 years of being married to my very best friend, Joe. We are going to the Masters Golf Tournament, which was on Joe's bucket list, Compliments of Mary Kay. I have taken 13 all-expense-paid trips around the world with some of the most amazing women that most people could only dream about being in the space of, much less call their friends. Compliments of Mary Kay. I have earned 13 free cars and was able to give a car to our nephew. Compliments of Mary Kay. We built a beautiful 5,300 square foot dream home, and I was able to house hundreds of medical missionary students. Compliments of Mary Kay. I have earned over $2 million in commissions and become debt free so that my husband could buy his dream business 4 years ago. Compliments of Mary Kay. I have hundreds of women that I get to laugh, dance, cry, work, and do life with. Compliments of Mary Kay. I have 3 incredibly talented kids who are boldly pursuing their dreams without compromise and teaching their children to do the same thing. Compliments of Mary Kay. Wow, what a view, and I'm not even at the Magic Kingdom yet. Thank you, Mary Kay. I said that not to impress you, but to impress upon you that in order to create the life of our dreams, we must persevere. James 1:2-4 says, "Consider it pure joy, my sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Perseverance must finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." There is nothing worse than to get where you want to go and realize you're not prepared. You forgot something, and it's too late to go back and get it. I don't want to have God holding the Red Sea back to give me time to get through to National, totally prepared, only to miss it because I was too busy complaining about the mud between my sandals. I don't know how many pieces are in your puzzle on your journey of success. I don't know how hard yours is or how long it will take you to put the pieces together. But what I do know is this. God holds the pieces of your puzzle in his hand, and he gives you each one for a reason. He's given you yours in a box called Mary Kay. If you will continue to fit the pieces together, piece by piece, and not give up, he will take those pieces and create the most beautiful masterpiece of a life that displays the promise that he made to you in 1 Corinthians 2:9. No eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind can conceive the wonderful plans that God has for those who love him. God bless you. Keep putting those pieces together. You are creating a masterpiece.